Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another video. Today we are kicking off the week with the final color reveals of set 16 Realm of the Gods, and today we'll be talking about the Trunks archetype. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss a video, and if you want to help support the channel, many ways down in the description to do so. But anyways, we will get on into this. Alright, so we have the Trunks leader, which I'm always hyped about because my favorite characters in Dragon Ball are Trunks, Future Gohan, and regular Gohan. Not necessarily in that order, but Trunks might be number one. He's pretty dope. So I'm always hyped about this, and it's in yellow, my favorite color to play. So let's give the leader a read. When this card attacks, draw one card. Activate main if you have 2 or more energy, and you choose one yellow Vegeta card in your battle area and place it under this card. Flip this card over. If you do, draw one card, then add cards from life to hand until you have 6 life left. Awaken when life's 4 or less. Draw 2 cards and flip this card over. So just by seeing that activate main, obviously there are going to be Vegetas in this archetype that will cover, but you are going to want to take a look at all the different yellow Vegetas in the game that could be played in this. Obviously you want to make sure you're not looking at Vegeta BRs or GTs by mistake, even though you could technically play Prideful Transformation Vegeta in this deck, which is a GT, because there's a unison. But yellow doesn't usually lean too heavily on unisons, because the thing about the unison counterplays is that for a lot of decks it's their only real way to actually incorporate counterplay into their deck. But yellow has a lot of interruption it can use that doesn't rely on unisons, so it's very possible you won't even play unisons. But yeah, take a look at all the yellow Vegetas, see what could mesh well in this deck. But anyways, let's read the Awaken side of the leader. Auto when this card attacks, you may draw one card. If you don't, choose up to one yellow Vegeta, yellow Trunks Future, or yellow Bulma with energy cost of 1 in your hand or drop area, and play it in rest mode. Okay, so this effect is crazy because, spoiler, the Vegetas, Bulmas, and Trunkses that you'll play with this effect get you additional cards. So the crazy thing about that is this is like a leader that's being compared to Icarus, where it can +2 on its Awakened side, which is really, really strong. A lot of people have been saying that this is very comparable to Icarus, or even possibly better than Icarus. I mean, time will tell on that aspect because Icarus is so strong, and obviously we don't know how yellow is going to be touched on the ban list quite yet, if at all, but that is a very, very powerful effect. Super strong. Auto once per turn. When a yellow battle card activates an evolve skill from your hand, draw one card. Not bad. Activate battle once per turn. Place one card from under this card in its owner's drop area. This card gets plus 10,000 power and double strike for the battle. Okay, so before we get on to the unison, I just have something that I feel like I need to say. Dude, it could not be that the same people that are designing like green decks like Champa, Beerus, and Goku and Vegeta from set 15, it can't be possible that's the same design team that's making these leaders. Like, this leader is so strong. Like, it's crazy how vast the difference is in terms of just raw power. Like, the thing with Beerus and Champa is like they're gimmicky, and that's what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to make that gimmick work. But this is just like raw power, like crazy draw power, crazy strength in the leader being a 10k double strike or a 25k double strike. It's just so good. Like, how are we getting the same design team working on all of this? I don't know. But anyways, we have the unison, Mai opposing the divine. 1 drop 4k yellow and power 3, auto once per turn. When a yellow battle card activates an evolve skill from your hand, add a marker to this card. So this thing can actually stack markers pretty quick if you're playing like the pure archetype, but yellow decks typically tend to go like, yellow good stuff. So again, this might not be the engine that you actually incorporate in a competitive build, but activate main +1, draw one card, then choose a card in your hand, place at the bottom of your deck. Good cycling. Activate main -4, draw a card, then choose up 2 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, and they can't be switched to active mode until the end of their next turn. Not a bad effect, but again, like, there's probably way better unisons to play if you're going to play unisons at all. So, I mean, yeah, again, time will tell on that one. I don't think the most competitive versions of this deck will play the Mai unison, but a pure thematic version of the deck definitely can. Alright, so now we have some of our starter cards for the deck. Bulma Future on the line. 1 drop 1k. When this card's played, draw a card, which again, your leader can play this from the drop, so that's just drawing you a card and generating you a 5k battle card right there. Activate main limit 1. If your leader is a mono yellow Trunks Future card and you discard this card from your hand, look at top 7 of your deck, add up to 1 yellow Vegeta or Trunks with energy cost of 3 or less. So generally just good searchability. Vegeta Father's Son Teamwork. 1 drop 4k barrier battle card. Auto if your leader card's a yellow Trunks Future card. When this card's played, choose one. Either draw a card or play up to 1 Trunks Father Son Teamwork from your deck or drop with its non-keyword skills negated for the turn. Then shuffle your deck if you look through it. So yeah, with the leader, you're playing this Vegeta, which is generating a barrier battle card, which is just relevant so your opponent can't remove it, can't take 5k away from you, can't tap it, whatever. And then it's getting you the Trunks and whatnot, which is just getting you another card. So these things are just generating you tons and tons of card advantages. It's actually pretty insane. SSB Vegeta Future on the line. 3 drop 20k. EX evolve for 1. Draw a card. Of course, this needed to draw another card. Over a yellow Vegeta with an energy cost of 1. When When this card's played using an EX Evolve skill, switch to active mode. Auto once per turn. When this card attacks, choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, and KO it. Very, very powerful effect. This is a really strong seeming card. It only comes down for 1, and your leader on the Awakened side puts out the 1-drop Vegeta for free. KO anything in rest mode, ignoring barrier. This could be a really good advantage in the yellow mirror for dealing with like the yellow slug. That could be really, really good. All right, now we have the Trunks lineup for the deck. Trunks Father-Son Teamwork, 1-drop 4K barrier. Auto if your leader card is Yellow Trunks Future. When this card's played, choose 1, draw 1 card, or play up to 1 Vegeta Father-Son Teamwork from your deck or drop with its non-keyword skills negated for the turn. So the Vegeta we just read, of course. SS2 Trunks Future on the line, 3-drop 19k barrier blocker. EX Evolve for a yellow, draw 1 card. Again, this did not need to draw a card, but it's good. Yellow Trunks Future with energy cost of 1. So one thing that's always worth pointing out when there's these Future Trunks style decks that have these EX Evolve or Evolve cards is there is a 1-drop Future Trunks that I believe looks at top 3, adds a yellow Saiyan. I'm not sure if there's an energy cost restriction on that, but that's always a card to look at as well. But I mean, you know, this Trunks and the Vegeta we just read on the last slide are, you know, all the turn 1 plays you need. You don't want to bog your deck down too much with a ton of turn 1 plays, but it is a card you can look at and possibly play. Just want to kind of point it out. But anyways, when this card's played using EX Evolve, use a switch to active mode. Auto once per turn. If your leader card's a Yellow Trunks Future card, when your opponent plays a battle card or unison card, choose it and switch it to rest mode. All right, this is wild. This deck has an in archetype searchable Poutine. That's actually insane. That's also a 19k barrier blocker. I have no words. This is actually wild. Maybe this means that Poutine's getting a ban and they want to keep that type of effect strictly to this Trunks deck, but that's just such a strong effect. Wow, I'm actually kind of blown away by that. Again, who's designing this versus who's designing the green decks is kind of wild. All right, we have the boss monster for the deck, SSB Vegeta and SS Trunks Father-Son Bonds, H-drop 35k critical. Activate main for 2. If you have 3 or more energy and you choose 1 yellow Vegeta and 1 yellow Trunks in your battle area, play this card from your hand, then place the chosen card under this card. So it's basically like Union Fusion, although, you know, it's not a literal fusion, so they had to make it up a little differently. Activate battle limit 1. Place 2 cards from under this card in the owner's drop, so seemingly you can use this effect once per game. Draw 1 card, then choose up 2 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO them, and this card gains triple strike for the battle. This card is wild. This card is really, really good. 8-drop means it's safe from Frieza Charismatic Villain. No deflect means it's not all that great in the blue matchup or the yellow mirror, I guess. They could technically, you know, have it enter play in rest mode. But this card is still very good, and what I really like is this is a boss monster, and this is like a themed deck that doesn't require your entire deck to be of the theme. Like, theoretically, you could just play the 1-drop Vegetas and Trunkses and maybe some number of this Trunks Future on the line, because I think it's a very good card. And then you could just easily, you know, quote unquote evolve for 2. Like, this is a deck with an engine that doesn't require too much deck space, which I think is very, very cool. Again, in competitive builds, like, you might not necessarily want to solely play for this card, but it could be an easy 2-of in the main board or even sideboard for like non-blue matchups or something like that. This does seem like a great card. Every card I've read so far for this archetype is very strong. Then we have a little Goku engine. This is going to wrap up the yellow cards for Trunks today. We have Goku facing Goku Black. 1-drop auto when this card's played. Look at top 5 cards of your deck. Add up to 1 yellow Saiyan card with energy cost of 4 or less, or 1 yellow Unison with a specified cost of 1 amongst your hand, then shuffle your deck. So this is just our basic Unison / archetype searcher. Not bad. Activate main once per turn. Spirit Boost 1. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 2 or less in rest mode and KO it. Decent additional effect. Nothing bad, but these cards often just don't get played. People don't really play the archetype / unison searchers because Dragon Ball Super, we draw so much, and you want to make sure you include better cards in your deck, and this deck has no shortage of turn 1 plays, so I don't think this will be played again in the more competitive versions. Then we have SSB Goku Future on the line. Dual attack, EX Evolve for 2 yellow over a yellow Sun Goku with energy cost of 3 or less. Before I read the rest of this effect, I do want to mention that this, and especially the 3-drop EX Evolve Vegeta that we read earlier, seem like they can also see play in the yellow Whis deck. That's something that's really cool to notice as well. This wouldn't be as easily splashable in the deck, but it is playable because it evolves over a 3 or less Goku. But the Vegeta 3-drop, like, the Whis can literally just play that from the deck over a Vegeta on your board, which is kind of dope. But anyways, moving on with this Goku, auto when this card's played using EX Evolve, switch card to active mode, auto once per turn, Spirit Boost 1. When this card attacks, draw 1 card, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards from rest mode and KO it. Not a bad effect at all. And the Whis deck is definitely more reliant on the Vados Unison than this deck is on any Unison, really. So yeah, this could be a good card in Whis. I like this a lot. Then we have an extra card that kind of goes with the deck. Shadows Aligned. It's a counterattack for 1 yellow, but it's also got Activate Main. Look at top 7 cards of your deck, add up to 1 yellow sand with an energy cost of 4 or less, among them to your hand, and shuffle your deck. This honestly just feels like a weird card to create for the deck, but I mean, it is a generic yellow sand searcher, but it pretty much hits the same targets as Goku facing Goku Black, which gives you a 7 deep search as opposed to a 5 deep search. But anyways, guys, I don't think I have to tell you, if you guys are reading along the cards with me, this archetype seems incredibly strong. There's so many worlds where I can see this just like rivaling Icarus, or if certain hits happen on the ban list, this could seemingly be way better than Icarus. There's no doubt in my mind that's a possibility. So again, I want to know what you guys think in the comments below about this archetype. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.